smooth. The year of 2025 for comic book movies. It had a pretty smooth run. I don't think we had a major flop in the year 2025, which is pretty wild coming off of our last few years, especially covering things as a podcast. We have had some cold years. And so shout out to 2025 for not only bringing us one or two pretty solid movies, but four actually pretty, at least average to really good movies. Came out 4 for 4, I think. I don't think any one of them was a stinker. So let's talk. Tonight's going to be focused on ranking movies. So let's rank these movies real quick here. Four comic book movies of 2025, and those movies were in order: Captain America: Brave New World, Superman. Nope, already screwed it up. Captain America: Brave New World, Thunderbolts, Superman, and finally Fantastic Four. So, JD, why don't you start us off? What do you rank these four movies?
Well, I think Captain America 4 is all of our last place, I'd assume, right?
Number one. Oh,
Yeah, so that's where it gets
yeah,
hard.
no, last.
That's where it gets hard. Thunderbolt, Superman, and Fantastic Four were all like really solid eights, like really good, solid eights. So they're really close. I will say, rewatching Thunderbolts, I think I liked it more. Whereas my second watch of Superman, it was nothing really changed. Like, and I'm not too excited to rewatch Superman, and I'm kind of excited to watch Thunderbolts. I might even have Superman as third place here, and then Thunderbolts, and then Fantastic Four. Absolutely loved Fantastic Four. It's my thing, man. It's all the sci-fi, crazy like entities, Galactus stuff. So
Oh yeah.
I like it. Did we? Did you guys give ratings for Fantastic Four? By the
We
way,
never
I'm
did.
looking at my
We never
ratings right
did.
now. I was gonna say I don't think we ever shared our ratings for Fantastic Four because I don't even know if I ranked it at all. I'm
No, because
looking
we were
back at
gonna
my
wait.
stuff here and I don't.
Me and JD did the review. We were gonna wait for you, and then we forgot to do it in the next
Oh,
episode.
okay. Okay.
So no,
Well,
yeah,
we can
1 out of
talk that
10.
at the end of our little MCU thing, but well, yeah, we could throw it out right now. I don't know. JD, did you have a ranking for Fantastic Four?
I'm looking at my MCU list, and it seems about right. So it would be in the 8.2,
That's where I put it.
8.3, 8.4, maybe 8.3.
Okay. And I think maybe I did do that with those. No, I don't think I rated it anywhere. So I think I'd put Fantastic Four same for me. I'm thinking like 8.1 ish is where it landed for me. Maybe 8.2 same, which is kind of wild because it's pretty low on the list. I do have Thunderbolts in here already, so yeah, I don't know. Love, what did you have Fantastic Four at?
Well, on the MCU scale, it's probably like 8.5, 8.6 for me, which is
Okay,
outside the top 10. But it's I have Wakanda Forever at an 8.8, which is pretty high looking back. But I feel like it's right around Wakanda Forever for me. When Wakanda Forever is 12, and then I have Far From Home at 11. So I feel like it's like right in that area. But I also haven't
okay.
rewatched any of these movies yet, so I need to rewatch all four of them.
Yeah, Thunderbolts is out now, so I
Mm-hmm.
haven't rewatched it yet, but I really want to. Um, all right, so Fantastic Four, we were all low to mid eights. It seems like we got there. Superman, I know we talked our ratings there, but Caleb, why don't you give us your rankings for the four movies of 2025?
Yeah, mine's pretty similar to JD, where I would have Cap at number 4, and then I have Fantastic Four at number 1, and then it's kind of that 2, 3 Thunderbolts or Superman, and I just think I like the story more in Thunderbolts, and Elena was awesome, Bucky was awesome, like, and Superman, like I did have some issues looking back afterwards. I do need to rewatch it though, but JD saying how he didn't really enjoy it as much or enjoyed it the same is not a good sign, you know, but it is what it is.
Right.
So I think I'm going to go Thunderbolts 2, Superman 3.
Okay. Thunderbolts 2, Superman 3, Fantastic Four 1. Okay. Well, we got some variety here then, because at the bottom of my list, I actually have Cap 4 and Superman both with a 7.8, looking at my rankings right now, or at my ratings. So I actually have those two tied for last, which I haven't rewatched either of them. as well. So I still got to check that out. But yeah, I wasn't blown away by Superman.
You have to pick
Fantastic
one.
Four, like I said.
Which one's better?
Okay, probably. I mean, I probably got to go Superman.
Let's go. Yeah, it's a better
But
movie.
just as far as the ratings go, the fact that I came away from both of them with that rating is surprising to me. But then Fantastic Four. So I guess Cap 4 at number 4, Superman at number 3, Fantastic Four at number 2, and then I got Thunderbolts at number 1. Actually, it got my highest rating. I think I gave it an 8.4. I freaking loved it, and I don't know why I haven't rewatched it yet, but I'm really looking forward to rewatching it because I just really enjoyed it in theaters. And every time I'm seeing clips online, I'm just reminded of how many dope aspects there were in that movie. So, yeah, I want to rewatch it.
I started to feel like it was overhyped after a while. Like everyone was talking how good it was. So rewatching it, I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, yeah, this is really good.
Yeah, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Well, yeah, 2025, we had some solid movies. So we'll see if 2026 can top it. We've obviously got some massive movies coming out. We have Doomsday. We've got Spider-Man. We've got Dune 3. We've got Supergirl, I believe, Star Wars, Avatar 3, I think, is coming out. Is that this year?
That's this year.
That
That's
might be
this
this year.
That's this
Oh
year.
yeah, which is pretty wild. But there's a ton of stuff coming out 2026. So we will see. Let's see if they can top it. Hopefully they can. They probably won't, but let's stay positive. And here we riggedy-giddy-goo. Didn't work. Didn't work. You look like an idiot.
Seamless.
Stupid. Welcome in to another episode of Why So Sidious, a Nerd Podcast. It's been a while if you couldn't tell. I'm your host, David. Here with me are my co-hosts, Jeremy and Caleb. We are sponsored by Sierra Nevada. We've been drinking your beer for 3 years on screen. Where the hell's our money? And we are going to be talking. We can cut that. Post-credit cut that. We're just kidding. It's a joke. Rolling through, we are going to be talking MCU tonight. We have been doing these ranking lists for like 2 years, I think, maybe more. So we've got one final episode to cap it all off. We will see who has what at number 1 through 5. And then we're going to kind of discuss loosely, the new MCU movies that came out after we started this list and kind of where they are. I know we briefly talked about it a little bit, but we'll get you caught up there. And then maybe, just maybe, talk about where other franchise movies fit into this MCU overall rankings list. So, it's about time. We've got some stuff to get done moving forward here. It was a good time to wrap this up. Big things are coming to the Why So Sidious network. So, if you haven't been listening, go back and check out some of our recent episodes. I know we've been a little bit slow on the draw lately, but we got a new Week in Geek out there. We have got a new 52 Batman and Robin comic book review with returning guest Yoo-Hoo Comic Review. He's been on 4 or 5 times, I think, now. Always a good guest. And we covered Ironheart Season 1 and extremely late, but we covered it. We talked about it. We did not expect it to happen, but it's out there. So go ahead and check that out. It was a pretty surprisingly good season. We've also got a big Avengers Doomsday speculation episode out there, and believe it or not, we're going to continue to speculate as we're leading up to this crazy project. So stay tuned for some nerd therapies that we have planned for the future here. We'll also be covering Peacemaker Season 2, which is out right now. I don't think we have any other major nerd movies coming out anytime soon.
What about Alien Earth?
Dude, I would love to talk Alien Earth if you guys are down. Excuse me. We are 5 episodes into an 8-episode season, and I'm not kidding. I think genuinely I have liked every episode more than the last as it came out, including episode 5, which I just watched. And again, no spoilers or anything, but it's cool. Episode 5 is almost like a little mini Alien movie in itself, like a new kind of mini movie. It's awesome. Really? I don't know. It feels like you're watching a brand new. The quality of the set design and everything is really good. Yeah, would love to cover that one. And then, yeah, we'll be keeping it creative. We'll be keeping the comic book reviews coming. We've got some fun new stuff to unveil, as I said. So stay tuned for some announcements. Always growing out here. So let's get into it. We got the MCU top 5 list. As we have done in prior lists, if somebody has the movie higher in their ranking, speak up, and we will hold off talking on that movie until it gets to your point, whoever's got it highest. I know it's going to get a little complicated as we are in the top 5, and the variation is probably a little bit less than it has been in the past. So we will figure it out as we go here. But top 5, and I do have to make a concession. So the last time we did this, I said that Guardians of the Galaxy, I screwed up, and I thought I had a top 5 remaining, and I brought Guardians of the Galaxy to number 6, and then after re-looking at my list, I realized I had a movie on there twice, and so that left me with 4 unveiled movies. So I already unveiled where Guardians of the Galaxy is on my list, so I'm not even going to talk about it because I already talked about it, but just so you know, to start it off, we'll do a stat correction, and Guardians of the Galaxy is at my number 5 spot. So I only had 4 to unveil. I blew it. Sorry. I hope the people at home can forgive me.
We'll check out the third one, right?
No, number 1.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Number 1. It made it. Oh, yeah.
What was that?
Which is okay. Yeah. No, I already did Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That was my number 7 spot, actually. So Guardians 1 surpassed it, believe it or not. Yeah. So let's kick it off. Lub, you want to start us off? What's your number 5, and we'll see if anybody's got it higher.
Well, my number 5 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 as well.
Okay.
JD, did you already talk about this movie?
Yeah, it's my number 10.
Okay. We've talked about this movie a lot. Just, the random characters we never thought we'd love so much. A ragtag group of space pirates that we've come to love. There's this great banter between all of them, and the relationship builds throughout the movie to where you really start to care about them and, the friendship they have with each other. There's the Thanos and Infinity Stone tie-in, which is pretty cool for a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Ronan's a solid villain. It's probably the funniest movie in the MCU, at least for me. And then there is a solid third act. I mean, them all kind of using the Power Stone together. I guess it's cool. I mean, do you think that logically works? But just looks cool.
Yeah.
I think the action leading up to that, I think, was really solid action. Yeah. Like, remember when Groot just impales like 20 dudes and just starts slamming them wall to wall, and
awesome.
He looks back and gives this innocent smile. It was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. That's just a very entertaining movie from start to finish. It starts and it's just immediately an Infinity Stone, and then he's running from this guy, and then Gamora, then he's getting chased down by Gamora, and then Rocket and Groot come in, and they're chasing down Peter and Gamora just nonstop. And then such a pleasant surprise to see Thanos actually there, like full Thanos, full dialogue, all this stuff. You're like, wow.
Right.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Number 5.
Nice. All right. It's a good pick. I agree with it. JD, what do you have at your number 5 spot?
I think this will be higher on your guys' list. Civil War, Captain America 3. So
wow. Okay. Yes, I do. Hold on. No. Wow. No. I had a number 8.
Well,
it's really
I have it
surprising.
at number 4, so we can just talk about it now. It's my next number.
There you go.
Anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Civil War, man. I think Civil War did more than like Avengers 2 did, for example, whereas Avengers 1 broke new ground, completely new, did something we've never seen. I think Civil War kind of did that again. Like having a whole movie based on internal strife was pretty special, especially when they wrote it in a way where you could side with Cap or side with Tony. So the drama was there, the tension was there. Then you get introduced to Spider-Man. Then you get introduced to Black Panther.
That's
crazy. So it's one of the most special scenes is seeing Tony walk in Peter Parker's room and talking to each other that first time. Just so special, dude, because Spider-Man felt so foreign to the MCU at that time. So having him in there was so special. And it just a great movie throughout.
And the immediate interaction Spider-Man's having with, Falcon and Bucky and then Cap and everyone.
He had the coolest fight scenes. Yeah. Captain America versus Spider-Man. Like I remember not expecting that, and I was so happy when I was watching this and seeing him tear apart the Winter Soldier and Falcon together while he's making jokes.
Catching his fist was
What is that, a
iconic.
spider? Everyone's got a gimmick now.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of funny stuff going on there. So man, great movie. The only problem is the Zemo arc. I really didn't like the Zemo arc. Bring in the whole. He just manipulated in such a easily written way. I really didn't buy it. There was enough internal strife because of the Sokovia Accords. You didn't even need him, but you kind of needed a villain in this movie, and whatever that was towards the end. Because like, dude, it kind of breaks my heart to sit there and watch them just fighting Iron Man. He's like trying to kill Bucky, and so yeah, that's my only gripe is the Zemo side of things.
So I understand the stretch of it all as far as plot goes and Zemo's plan and how like everything had to be insanely perfect for him to pull off all that stuff and know all this stuff ahead of time. So I acknowledge the logistical flaws in that storyline, and I'm usually a pretty logical, analytic to a fault that is annoying person sometimes, but I don't mind it in this one. I don't know why, just because I like Zemo. I like Daniel Bruhl, and his performance as Zemo was really solid and kind of eerie, and it was a different tone. It kind of felt like a tone shift every time he was on screen, which is usually not a good thing in movies where it kind of feels out of place, but it worked for me in a weird way. And I really liked his scene with Black Panther at the end there where he stops him from killing himself, which is a great scene. But I do get it. Yeah, as a big, like, I know it's not the Avengers, but it's pretty much an Avengers movie. It's not the most theatrical villain you could have had going there.
And mostly in the middle of the movie, his scenes just felt out of place, and it felt like they stopped the movie. Like later on,
like
it was
the hotel stuff,
right?
Like getting his toast and coffee, and yeah.
And when he drowns that guy, you could see that the water is overflowing over the sink before it reaches his mouth, so he's not drowning at all. So it's just like,
literally impossible to kill him, but it's fine.
My eyes, it's too wet.
I actually rewatched it last weekend, and the last like hour and 20 minutes of the movie probably are just so good. When the airport scene to Cap and Bucky going over to Russia, wherever that was, and then Iron Man following them and all that going down, like it's such a good end of the movie.
I think it's one of my favorite low-key suit-up scenes in his jet when he just puts his finger on that and it just falls back into his chair. Like, it's kind of an underrated Iron Man suit-up scene.
Yeah.
And the reveal of Iron Man finding out Bucky killed his parents is an all-timer. Like, he looks at Cap like, did you know? Did you know? And then just he killed my mom. Like, I'm sorry, like, hypnotized or not, like I have to get him back for this. And it's kind of like, probably do. I mean, it's not the best decision, but it's kind of the thing you got to do,
Especially if you just watch the video.
Exactly. Yeah. You just watched it on screen, him choking your mom out, just like, oh, word, okay. I guess I know what's happening. Like, yeah, I would snap. Like, so I can't really fault him for that. Which, again, props to Zemo. He did set up a pretty ingenious little thing there that got them to fight each other, because that's a tough one to be the bigger man about.
Good CCTV camera footage too. Jeez, and that random
lot of angles for the 90s.
Yeah.
Nice camera placement.
It's like 4 cameras in this old back road. Like, yeah, you gotta love the plot armor sometimes. Okay, so that was Lub's number 4, JD's number 5.
Yes, sir.
So we will go to my number 4, sticking with the Captain America mantle. Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Hey.
Just rewatched this one. I feel like in 3 years of doing this podcast, we've talked about this movie a lot, especially because we've never fully covered it, I don't think. So every time we get a chance to talk about it, we go into detail about everything we like about this movie. But man, to me, it's the best MCU movie that's not an ensemble project. Like, just best character title movie. Spider-Man No Way Home doesn't really count because that's still an ensemble project. Spoilers. Geez, shut up, Dave. But I think it's the best standalone kind of movie like that in the MCU. It's the biggest improvement in a movie a character has ever seen, going from Cap 1 to Stealth Soldier intro scene. This Cap who's doing these wrestling moves and just tearing people apart. when you rewatch this movie, it makes you miss Natasha so much in the MCU because she's great in this movie. It's just one of the most rewatchable MCU movies for me, but not in your standard flashy way. It's just the Cap versus Winter Soldier scenes are so satisfying. The whole spy aspect is great. Third act lands too, and not all MCU movies do, but in the third act, it really worked for me where they're kind of splitting teams in the agency, trying to figure out who's got Cap's back and who's got Hydra's back, and the fight between Bucky and Cap is very emotional. A lot of high stakes to it, so it just hit everything for me. Yeah, Winter Soldier number 4 for me. Sorry, oh my God.
You didn't ask, I know.
I didn't ask. I just went straight into it.
You powered through. That's my number 3.
No. Sorry, dude. Feel free to totally stop me in the future on that.
JD, do you have it outside your top 5?
Yeah, it's outside of my top 5. It was 8.
Yeah, just to add on, the return of Bucky was a great reveal. You thought he died in the first Cap movie. Yeah, the Shield, Hydra, Secret Super Soldier is a great storyline. Fury, underrated role in the movie, I think. Nick Fury has a good storyline, fakes his death, comes back in that great scene with his Cap in the apartment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
Yeah, great movie for Fury. But it's funny that this and Guardians both came out back to back, where it's like 2 movies that aren't really comic book movies, but kind of are at the same time, you know what I mean? And just the reinvention of Cap is what made us love him and, really love him in the future Avengers movies.
For sure.
Yeah, you nailed it there. That reinvention absolutely made us fall in love with the character. And yeah, figuring out like his neighbor, the Carter lady, and then Nick Fury comes in. He's got his phone out trying to communicate with him about these secrets. Gets shot. The spy thriller aspects, not knowing what sides. And we obviously got to mention still the best hand-to-hand combat fight scene ever, probably in the MCU. Mm-hmm. Winter Soldier versus Cap. And the first scene where Cap goes and whoops all those asses on the boat. That might be the second coolest hand-to-hand combat scene in the MCU. Nah, they got Shang-Chi out there now. But that was awesome. He's kicking people across the boat, throwing knives at their hands. Like, there was a lot of cool Captain America action. Like, they took time to choreograph some cool action for our super soldier. Yeah. That's Johansson. I think was her best. This might be my favorite Black Widow appearance in the movie.
Agreed.
Incredible. Yeah.
Russo Bros' first movie in the MCU?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And dude, you're talking about that boat scene when it zooms out and it shows the wide pan of him just sprinting from one side of the boat to the other, and like the whole, like you said, they just took their time and effort on that scene there. It totally made you just immersed in it. And you're totally right, Lub, about the character reinvention, because again, coming off Cap 1 and then Avengers, where he's in his goofy leotard and he's kind of, I don't know, he's pretty corny in Avengers. Even though he has some great moments, it's just he had a couple of back-to-back appearances where it was like, yeah, I don't really care if this guy's a big staple in this universe here. And then Winter Soldier came out and changed everything.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, apologies for that. JD, what is your number 4?
You're muted.
You are muted.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Is that it? Does anyone have it?
Nope. That's my number 7.
Yep, my favorite Guardians movie. I think it perfected like what makes the Guardians great, while removing the extra humor from number 2, adding just such a rich story that you could really, sink your teeth into. Great moments, some fun Adam Warlock stuff. The best villain, I think, for the Guardians. Obviously so emotional, dealing with Rocket Raccoon's past there, and very edge of your seat. Probably the coolest Guardians action scene there in the climax with the Beastie Boys music rolling. Yeah, it had me cheering, had me on the edge of the seat. It was just so good, dude. So you have this, it's cool to have this crazy, weird sci-fi team have such good movies. Like number 1, really close behind 3. Number 2, probably all our least favorites, but to come out with that third one, dude, just swinging and just nailed it, like right where it needed to be, hit the bullseye. Yeah, perfect ending, perfect conclusion. So yeah.
And God, the MCU needed that so bad. Like that was so needed at that time. So
And James Gunn was like, "See ya."
Yep, he got out of there. Good note to leave on.
Yeah.
Pretty good note to leave on. All right, so Lub, apologies, you're number 3. What do you got? Oh, hey. Give us your thoughts on that. No. JD, what's your number 3?
Number 3, Infinity War. Let's get it, baby. Now we're into ensemble movies.
I've got that higher.
Yep.
definitely have it a little bit higher. Lub, do you have it higher?
I do.
Okay. All right. Well, my number 3 may be something everybody has higher, and that is Spider-Man No Way Home.
That was my 6th place.
All right. Lub, where was that for you?
Good question. 7.
Oh, the only one in the top 5. Wow, that is the top 3-er. Again, talk about another movie we've talked too much about, so I'm not going to say a lot about this one. And I know they use nostalgia to really take off with this movie, but I don't care. I don't care. It brings me just genuine joy seeing Toby on screen with Andrew, and they just pulled it off so well. And not only that, but Willem Dafoe gave an arguably better performance than he did in the OG movie. Jamie Foxx absolutely had a better appearance than he did in Amazing Spider-Man 2. Sandman probably not. Doc Ock probably not, but he still had a couple good moments, but definitely not as good as Spider-Man 2. But anyway, they just hit it out of the park, man. And that last 45 minutes of it is pure joy watching it. So, No Way Home.
I think Alfred Molina was maybe at his best too. I don't know if maybe it was just his arc. I love that they chose to have him go good at the end, and he was so endearing, like him just, "Hello, Peter, how have you been,
Seeing
dear
him
boy,"
again.
or whatever. Just like, man, that's really awesome, dude. And that was such a long time ago when we were watching that in theaters as kids, Doctor Octopus or Green Goblin. So having that back was special, dude. I think the first act is the only reason it's not in my top 5. The first act feels choppy, feels a little all over the place. It's rushing. Somehow meets that college lady, like finds her on the way.
Finds her in traffic. It's just New York.
Which that's just what. Yeah, right. And that part's whatever. But yes, the first act is
And Ned
not my favorite.
Sling
That's
ring?
the only reason.
Right. And that's the thing, because this was somehow a victim of the COVID switch ups and the Disney executive switch ups, because this was supposed to come out after Multiverse of Madness. And so America Chavez was supposed to be opening portals for Peters to come in, and instead we had the rushed Ned thing. We had the whole Doctor Strange thing felt like reshoots. Like that whole first act Doctor Strange stuff with the snow blowing in the living room, all that stuff just all felt like like you said, JD. I do agree. It all felt like kind of like a jumbled mess, and I feel like that was the fault of all that switch ups. Which is why they still did good for the most part with all the stuff they were dealing with change-wise.
Even put Daredevil in there. That even though that was first act, still that was really special to see that.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Unbelievable.
All right, that is our number 3s. Number 2, Caleb. I have a feeling we may we may all have the same top 2s. I don't know. Well, no, we don't. I guess.
Have JD go first. What's JD's number 2?
JD, what's
Number
your
2, Endgame.
I have that higher.
For sure. We might as well talk about both of those movies as
might
one.
as
They're
well.
damn near the same.
Yeah, it's my 2 as well. Endgame is my number 2 as well.
Okay.
Which I guess we just gave the lists.
Yeah. That just makes my
Yeah.
first. That just makes my first Avengers 1.
Oh,
That's where we differ.
Let's
So-
talk about Avengers
so-
1 and then Infinity War and Endgame. Want to do that?
Okay.
And we all had different number 1s, which is kind of wild.
Oh, so I don't know who has Infinity War or Endgame out of you two.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I guess I do. Never mind.
It's okay. But yeah, so let's talk about all of them. But Lub Endgame as his number 1. JD with Avengers is 1, and me with Infinity War is 1. So it's nice. We all had different ones. It was not planned. Would you want to talk Avengers first?
Yeah, sure. Let's just Avengers 1, dude. I think
what
it's
do you
my
got there?
favorite after I rewatched it a month or 2 ago. It broke new ground. It had the most special character interactions for the first time. Your Iron Man meets Captain America. Loki fighting Captain America. Never thought that was going to happen. Loki showing up as the villain in the beginning of it was actually solid. He came up looking pretty menacing. Loved how he used the Hulk. I love that the Hulk was like the major part of his plan. So the Hulk got his due, and then shows up at the end for the best Hulk we've seen on screen for like just 2 specific scenes, 2, 3, 4. Thor meeting everyone. Thor fighting Iron Man. Thor fighting Hulk. There was so much to love there, man. So that's just really what gets my, my nerd spheres tingling. If you know what I'm talking about, love. It just does it for me, dude. It just does. So, and in Infinity War, I could see how it's like a better, but I don't know. Something about the first one does it for me, dude. Yeah. It's just the Cap thing. I hate the Cap uniform. We talked about that earlier. That's super true. It's one of the worst.
To be honest, Thor, Cap, Hawkeye, and Black Widow, me, all of their worst outfits in the movie. I think they all look they're goofiest in this movie. I think they all have dope outfits in every other movie moving on after Avengers. So that is one thing that kind of sticks with me. Loki didn't land for me the very first time watching it in theaters, and I don't know why. Obviously got more respect from him as a character as MCU went, but every time I go back and watch Avengers now, I enjoy his parts way more. Like I love his whole Germany intro scene there. I like when he first comes through the portal, how he's kind of figuring everything out still. I like him a lot more than I did initially.
And Chris Hemsworth wasn't really in stride as Thor either. He played a good role. He was good in the movie. But he didn't really have his reinvention until after that, didn't he?
Right.
Like Cap,
yeah.
kinda.
He was still Shakespearean, over the top, a little goofy.
Right. Yeah. Oh, does mother know you weareth her drapes? There was some great comments too.
A lot of just corny lines like with who talked of this before? He's talking to like a child who let out a bad word, and I don't know. Whenever he dropped lines on it, it always sticks in my head like that was corny. It's like it was a weaker movie for Chris Hemsworth, and just because I said Hawkeye and Black Widow had their worst outfits, I actually really enjoyed both of them in this movie. I thought Hawkeye did solid, and I like Black Widow too, especially evil Hawkeye as he's just kind of cold and moving through and everything. I enjoy that little aspect there in their fight. So.
I think it's the best Iron Man action possibly out of any movie. Like just overall, it was so satisfying to see him face that army off alone, and you got like 5 minutes of just Iron Man flying around shooting people, which at that time was still kind of new to us. Like Iron Man, that was the 3rd movie we ever saw him in. So like we loved watching him in his suit doing his battles, and he had an actually fully upgraded, like good to go suit, batteries charged, and he just got to let loose on a whole army. That was a lot.
Batteries charged. Yeah, he remembered to bring his power source in this movie, so that was nice.
Yeah.
I think Iron Man 2, that scene in the garden in the 3rd act is still my favorite Iron Man sequence. But as a whole, as a movie, pound for pound, I think Avengers, yeah. Because Endgame, he's got in Infinity War 2, he's got some really cool scenes, but it's all the nano stuff that doesn't feel as cool and like badass as the original Iron Man mechanical stuff, just whooping ass.
That's fair.
What's wild? I got Thunderbolt and Avengers both to the same 8.4, and Iron Man 1. Those ranked 3 are all at 8.4 for me.
Wow.
So do we go Infinity War or Endgame next?
Whatever you want to do, Doug.
All right, we'll in order then. I guess I'll go Infinity War. To me, a lot of the reasons why I like this more than the first Avengers is we have great interaction in the first Avengers, but the stuff we get in Infinity War for me was better overall. Tony and Strange have amazing actions, like their stuff in New York throughout the movie. I absolutely love the dynamic, and it just made me want more RDJ Benedict, which sucks because we're not gonna get that anymore with Tony, at least. Gets Doom stuff maybe, but it's really bummed. It sucks. I really enjoy the Tony Stark arc. Yeah, I mean we'll see. But I just love the test between the two, and they're both kind of very similar personalities that clash in such a just entertaining. Spider-Man's great in it. The whole incident in New York, all the New York heroes are already there, which is so nice to see in a project, which we never really see. It's like, oh, look at everybody's showing up because there's this massive alien invasion. It's the first act. It's not the third act. It just felt like a casual, like, this is actually what would happen if an alien invasion happened in downtown New York. You'd have Spider-Man coming from a school trip. You'd have Doctor Strange flying out of the building. Iron Man's, at Central Park or whatever, and he flies over. So I really loved that. And Captain America had one of the coldest entrances of the MCU for any movie, an intro scene when he comes at the train station.
Goosebumps every time I watch it.
Oh, it's so great. The music, the score as it's rising when he catches the spear. Man, and it's so hard between Endgame and Infinity War. It's so hard, but I have to go Infinity War. And I get the arguments. Endgame's got more emotion. It's more of a complete movie, where Infinity War is really just a lot of action and setup with a crazy cliffhanger ending. But I get that it's not as complete of a movie as Endgame is. But the action and the joy I get out of watching every scene in that movie from start to finish, other than Mark Ruffalo's parts, just do it for me. And there's more scenes in Endgame that I find a little goofy than in Infinity War that stop me a little bit. So I gotta go Infinity War. But man, it is tough. I think I ranked them both 9.2 and 9.1. So it's a tough one. But
Well, I've always had Infinity War at number 1. And it's kind of just been like a 1A, 1B. Maybe they switch, they go back and forth. But I rewatched both of them last weekend as well, because Civil War was on TV, finished that, and then was like, well, gotta watch Infinity War and Endgame now. There's basically the 2 sequels to that movie. And Infinity War is probably less plot holes. It's just all gas, no breaks from the start to the end. There's no taking a breath, no, going to the bathroom. You're going to miss something crazy. Yeah, the Hulk thing never bothered me until JD brought it up, and definitely watching it last weekend. Like, Hulk not coming back in the third act at Wakanda literally makes no sense at all. Like,
it's a perfect time, dude.
I was thinking Mark Ruffalo Bruce Banner should have walked out there on the battlefield without the Hulkbuster armor and just be like, all right, if you ain't going to come out, we're going to die then. And then once he takes a shot, the Hulk's coming right out. He should have just sucked it up, but obviously the story didn't call for that. But yeah, that's pretty annoying. The Hulk's not in it, but
yeah. But yeah, if he tried to kill himself, try to shoot himself, if anything, like, oh, maybe this is my out, and he just lets it happen, and then the Hulk shows up. But
right,
and the fact it was written in the script, and there was a deleted scene that he burst out of the Hulkbuster suit as Hulk, and then we, for some reason, just got a half transformation joke of, oh, I'm gonna kick your butt now. Oh, you guys are screwed now. Just like the corniest of corny scenes with poor choppy CGI of Mark Ruffalo's face hanging in midair, just like what. I just want to know what happened there.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a rare Russo
Universal
myth
thing
that
maybe?
I just don't understand.
Maybe the Russos just hate the character.
I don't know, man. I was going to say, it wasn't just Universal. It was just written bad, too. Like, every aspect of his plot, other than him fighting Thanos and being tossed into the sanctum to tell Doctor Strange, that was all fine. From there, it was just bad. But I don't know.
Even if he busts out of the Hulkbuster armor, he's Hulk, wipes out some aliens, then Thanos shows up with 5 rings on. Obviously,
doesn't matter.
He's gonna wipe them out just like he did in the beginning of the movie. So it's not like you have to not have the Hulk in for the plot, because Thanos is still gonna wipe them out.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, anyways, it's still like over. Both of them are close to a 10 for me. Like, they're almost perfect movies. But Endgame, I just love. First of all, I remember the first time I watched it, I wasn't expecting to get all these moments with characters. I feel like there wouldn't have been time for it. And the time travel aspect, I think they did a decent job of explaining, you can't save your own reality. It creates a new one, blah, 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 all that stuff. So they did a decent job explaining it. But we get like the Cap and Tony going back to the 60s, and Tony gets to talk to his dad, and Cap sees Peggy, and they like them kind of trusting each other for the first time since before Civil War, before, probably Age of Ultron. It's been a while. So I do really like that aspect. It is a more complete story. I mean, there's definitely higher highs in Endgame, I feel like, with mostly just the end battle with the portals, everyone coming back, Cap with Mjolnir. Cap, Thor, and Iron Man against Thanos with the sword is a top 5 action scene in the MCU. And then also Captain Marvel. She's probably one of the negatives for that movie. I feel like it still should have been Black Widow that got the movie and Captain Marvel, because all she did was, she was in the first act when they kill Thanos, and then she doesn't come back for the entire, and she got a haircut and came back just to blow the ships up and hold the gauntlet for a second, which she probably should have put it on. She wouldn't have died. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyways,
right,
so
fly
she
away.
in the movie. She shouldn't have been in the movie, because once you see her hold the gauntlet, it's like, probably put that on and snap your fingers real fast. Iron Man's gonna die if he does it. You'll be just fine. But,
She was holding that thing, wasn't she?
Yeah.
The girls got to get it done, so she had to be there. Girls get it done.
That is, that's definitely better done in Infinity War than Endgame. It's a little too forced in Endgame.
Yeah, the Infinity War fight with Wanda.
Scarlet and
why can't I think of her name? Not
Mm.
Okoye. Is it Okoye?
It might be.
Oh, it's been too long. Michonne. Come on, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Okoye. Okoye, Wanda, and Natasha. Yeah, it was dope. The Endgame thing was just awful.
Wanda versus Thanos, though, was one of my favorite scenes. I love seeing her 1v1 and just destroying Thanos. I thought that was sick.
The fear in Thanos' eyes in that scene. Like, the only time you see it was like, oh, that was great. Like,
I don't even know who you are.
Which is hilarious,
line.
too.
Yeah.
It was pretty sick.
Yeah, Endgame does weird things. So they just like the Thor belly, the the weird Hulk. There's like way lower lows, but then your higher highs. And like Dave said earlier, it's just like the complete kind of narrative, conclusion, emotional, story wise. It's like more complete.
Well, Professor Hulk over just regular Mark Ruffalo, though, right?
Yeah, I would take Professor Hulk over Infinity War. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. But even that, and the Professor Hulk stuff, and I don't really know how Tony just figured out time travel like that one night. He just kind of flipped it together and figured it out. So there was a few things here and there, but like you said, overall for a time travel plot, they did pretty good at like explaining it for the most part.
I love that Hulk scene with the Ancient One when he goes back in time and he says,
"It's pretty good."
Why did Doctor Strange just give it up then? And she looks and she's like, "Holy shit! Like, this is something big. Like, I need to do this." So I was like,
well, right. I actually really like the beginning of Endgame when they do go kill Thanos. I thought that was a sick scene.
Yes.
They're
very
interrogating
unexpected.
him. Dude, I like how Captain America walks in there after everyone took him down. Cap walks in just like a G, like, all right, now I'm here to talk. That was sick.
Such a Cap move.
Yeah, such a Cap move. So then, like, the second act is where it's a little fuzzy, right? A little weird stuff going on.
I do take one thing back about the plot and them doing pretty well at the time. It's hard to get over the whole rat thing being the entire reason the movie happens. Is because a rat just stumbled over a time travel quantum remote and brought Scott back perfectly to the present day. I don't know.
You could just headcanon it was Janet or something controlling the rat. Get Scott back.
There you go. We'll
Quantum
do something like that.
Can go anywhere.
But they could have just had the. They should have just had the van on the side of the road. Some like kids got inside of it. They started like playing with it, pushing buttons and stuff.
Yeah.
And they fucking that makes more sense than a rat.
It does.
Yeah.
Rats don't often like press buttons. I've had rats in the house before. Not big button pressers.
If anything, they probably would have chewed through the wires, and then the thing would be. The rat probably would have ruined everything actually, and trapped Scott there by chewing through the wiring to make a nest for its new babies. That's what rats do. Russo brothers, read a book.
But Infinity War, though, also didn't even mention just Thanos. Probably the best MCU villain, top 3 for sure. But bringing Thanos in and having him just dominate as a villain with a ton of background, motivation that you can kind of understand, and they also did really good with meeting people the first time. Spider-Man meeting Guardians of the Galaxy, special. Doctor Strange, of course. some of the Wakandan characters like Wanda, Shuri. They had a lot of good stuff like that going on too.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know. I think for sure Thanos is the number one villain of the MCU for me. He was just done perfectly. I have no complaints, and the CGI looked so realistic. Like the hair on his arms and everything was so detailed, looked so well. And Josh Brolin does a great job at voicing him. I have no notes for Thanos.
I do have a quick plot hole for Infinity War that I thought of last time I saw
Nope, we've actually closed that door.
The pacing of the movie, because the Avengers think of the plan to bring Vision to Wakanda, where and then it briefly like shows Wakanda, it starts to play the music, and then it like cuts to Thanos, and I'm pretty sure Thanos goes and gets like 2 more stones, or at least he gets like maybe the space and the reality stone, or the reality and then the next one after that, and then it's like 50 minutes go by, and then it shows them just arriving to Wakanda. And you're like, wait, and now they're like out of time because Thanos is about to come, and it's like, well, you guys like kind of wasted some time in between that, but
The Avengers getting to Wakanda, you mean?
yeah, it like takes a long time to where Thanos gets a lot done in between them thinking of it and actually getting there.
He made a lot. Yeah, he went to nowhere and collected the Reality Stone, and he fought on Titan for a while, and yeah.
Oh, I'd say one other small gripe is that we did not see him get that first Infinity Stone. Like, why would you just not have that in the movie? Like, he just has a stone already. Like, why, dude?
He destroyed Xandar, and
exactly.
Yeah, that would have been great to see, even a quick montage or something.
Dude, what a great way to introduce your villain. Show him conquering a planet, going down there, getting what he needs. That would have been awesome.
Post-credit scene of Ragnarok.
Nova.
Yeah,
something.
That could have been cool.
That would have been really cool.
What? Yeah, we speculated that would be the post-credit scene in Ragnarok back then.
Yeah,
we totally thought it would be the destruction of Xandar.
I have another question regarding Endgame.
No, we're done.
So Okoye didn't get dusted in Infinity War, but she doesn't really do anything the entire movie until the Wakandans come back in Endgame, right? It was weird. She was brought back, but she never showed up again. Like Rocket came back. They're on the council in the first scene.
Yeah, she's on that holographic.
And then she never shows up again until the end with T'Challa walking through the portal. So she just went back to Wakanda and just waited. And then they all came back, and then she walked through. Yeah, I guess probably had some Wakanda stuff going on. But I noticed that like she didn't dust, but she was barely in the movie.
Yeah, that is weird.
Speaking of what she is in, though, is Marvel Zombies, and we saw a trailer coming out for that, and we won't get into it fully, but that looks dope, and I think we're probably at least going to be briefly talking about that because the trailer for that was awesome.
I can't wait, and they're fully TVMA there too.
Dude, you're seeing stuff. Spider-Man's ripping bodies apart. You're seeing some crazy Ant-Man kills. You're seeing some stuff. Like, it was a pretty wild trailer.
Blade's in there, not voiced by Mahershala Ali, like everyone else is voiced by their characters.
Makes you wonder. Yeah, it's not a great sign. So, but anyways, so I think that wraps it up unless we have any closing thoughts on Avengers, Infinity War, or Endgame.
What are the chances Doomsday? Just guess your chances. What do you think Doomsday will do? You think Doomsday will be a top 5-er?
It should be, right?
I think it will be a top. Oh God, dude, it's hard. I think it'll be a top 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Just really depends where they go with this, dude. It's a slippery slope. I feel like just kind of a slippery slope.
I just think it's just as easy for them to kind of fall short because there's so much stuff going on and so much writing here that it'd be a lot easier for it to fall within like a 10th in the ranking list or something, or even more of a flop than it
just
is
to
meet Infinity War and Endgame. Like that's gonna be tough. You gotta recreate a lot of stuff there. But it is the Russos. We have a lot of people coming back, so I think I'm gonna guess it's in my top 5. I don't know if it's passing Infinity War though. I don't see it being number 1.
This is RDJ as the lead villain, Doctor Doom. Crazy. So check the tapes. I'm gonna say it'll be a top 5. Just check the tapes in a year, baby.
And they have to let like Doctor Doom win without just repeating Infinity War.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
It's a different.
Obviously, he's gonna win. Yeah.
He's not.
I
getting
think
the
it will be
stones,
more
though.
like the universe is going to die. He saves.
Right.
He literally saves the universe at the end of this.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like he wins, but it's like half of them are like good, and half of them are like, uh-oh.
Right. You have to do it different in some way. You have to bring a different twist to it. Because obviously, again, it is going to be very similar. It's a two-parter Avengers, just like last time. So we'll see. But if it's not top 5, is it a failure?
No,
Let's say if it's not top 10.
if it's not top 10, it's going to be just very disappointing.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. All right. Well, hey, that is the conclusion of our MCU rankings list. We did it. It's been going on for about 2 years. And if you are wondering where the newer movies came out or landed, the ones that came out after we started this list, we did talk about that in our cold open. I believe, Fantastic Four were all low to mid 8s, so I'm assuming that's not cracking the... Did it crack the top 10 for either of you, Fantastic Four?
Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four are in my top 10.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And Love, it didn't for you? Neither of those
Yeah,
two
they're like
cracked
the-
it?
Oh.
They're like the 11 to 15 range.
No, yeah, it's in 11. My Thunderbolts is 11, so Fantastic Four is probably like...
Well, that's wild. Thunderbolts is 11 for me, too.
Yeah. So we all have it 11. That's
And Fantastic Four is
It's like
between
10 or
13 to
11.
15 for me.
Well, also on the anniversary episode, that's when 6 to 10 was, right? I think we did,
Yeah.
we
Oh, yeah.
we talked about our whole list too. Like real
That's
quick.
why I
We
couldn't
all read
find
off
it.
our full list.
I was looking for that list to
Oh.
plug it. Because it was anniversary episode.
Yeah. Do you want me to rattle that off real quick
no, I'm
right
saying
now?
No.
Yeah.
Remember that?
we didn't just did it.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here
If
we
you
go,
guys, if you missed it, go check our 3rd year anniversary episode. We did number 6 through 10, and we gave our full lists. We don't like you that much to do a full repeat again because that's like 30 something movies for each person. But anyway,
Love's
yes. Yeah, I love. God, jeez
Didn't
Louise.
say it.
That was my idea though. But remember, I was like, let's just not do it. Let's not do it. But then we did it.
No,
And
it
I
was a
like,
good. It's good to recap
Took
it. Yeah.
way longer than I thought.
Well, there's a lot of movies to list off, but
I think Dave forgot a couple.
yeah, I did. And
list
then
probably
again, I
wasn't
accidentally
accurate.
put
One
Guardians in
twice.
5 and put in a DC movie in there accidentally, and I don't know,
Lord of the
turned into a mess. Lord of the Rings #1, believe it or not. So, thank you very much for joining us, going all the way from the bottom to the top of the MCU movie rankings list. Continue to tune in. As I said, we've got some fun stuff coming out. We will be covering Peacemaker Season 2, one of our more recent things coming up, and we've got a really jam-packed Nerd Therapy episode with a special surprise guest. So tune in. It's going to be a fun time. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to my co-hosts, JD and Caleb, and you will see us next time on Why So Sidious, a nerd podcast. It's not an option. You will.